Hey, what's up, everybody? Got all this on. It is cold down here. It must be 10 to 15 degrees colder down here in the basement than it is upstairs. Yeah, just it's going to be down to 6 degrees tonight, which I know for some of you is, a lot of our, you know, Minnesota, some of the Wisconsin people, winters typically get like that. This is cold for Northeast Ohio. Some low 20s, high teens. That's usually our standard low. This Vortex has been nuts. I had been thinking about getting out today, but I just got rolling on different stuff I was working on. Uh, Made a video for the other channel and stuff like that, and just yeah, whatever, doing some work, and decided, man, you know what? I rode yesterday. I know I'm gonna ride tomorrow. So today I was like, man, I don't need it. I don't need to go out in this. So
The Outside Perks subscribed to the channel.
hey, thanks, bud. This latest video, the one about the ice riding, cold weather riding, has been really popular. A lot of comments, a lot of good comments, good advice on what to wear. I'm watching, I'm watching Edmund roam around down here, so I appreciate that. I think I'm going to work those into the. If you saw that last video till the end, where I talked about how I kind of have some other winter stuff to talk about, I think I'll work a lot of the comments people left into that video. So yeah, I was jumped in here. So starting at the top, saw John McLean was in here. Robin Real Life, Rick Urbanowski, what's up? Eddie, Matt Ford, how's it going? Usually when you descend into hell, it gets warmer. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Raymond? It's brick no matter where you live. So, hey, Chris, Blackball. Yeah, it has been a minute on for the live streams. Good to see you. Probably even colder up where you are, right? Well, I don't know. When it gets this cold here, does it just kind of become the weather that you guys have? I don't know. Oh, Racer, you said it was negative 11 there over the weekend. Yeah, geez. That's the people who ride in that, more power to them. Like, I even saw that Yeti Squad got out on Sunday morning, the Dirty River Shop ride, and I like to do some. I like to do Yetis in the winter, make get out to a couple, especially when there's snow on the ground. But yeah, I was not getting up and heading out in the cold. So yesterday I got out at like I didn't leave here till 12:30. So Jared, you said your favorite thing about today was not opening the bike shop. I hear you. I saw your Instagram post. I think you said you were working from bed for a while. I totally understand that. Yeah, I stayed in the heat of the studio. In that video, from today when I show us going into that factory, I even grabbed some cool stuff, just wood stuff, stuff that nobody else would care about except me. Uh, Stuff to put flower pots on, and maybe some photo backdrop type stuff, little benches people could sit on, but they're all like crudely made, rough, like 2x6 stuff. But I didn't even go out to the car to grab them today and clean them up. I didn't even want to go out there. I think the only thing I stepped outside today for was to empty the litter box. So let's get up. What's up, cycling trucker? Oh, in Virginia, you have a low of 19 tonight. Yeah, that's got to be cold. Cold for Virginia. I didn't watch Ronnie's video yet. It's popped up in my feed, but yeah, it was like almost a half an hour, I think. So I just haven't had the chance to watch it yet. I'll probably end up watching that tomorrow at lunch or breakfast. So, hey, what's up, Art? Yeah, originally the video I made today was going to be like a very talking head type thing about that, and then I filmed it a couple times, didn't like it, and then I had some problems with my mic dying. I didn't realize I thought I had it charged, but whatever. I like the video I made better anyways of talking about stuff while I got ready and actually rode. The original idea I wasn't even going to ride, so I don't wear any. I don't have any thermal cycling bibs. I almost like my base layers aren't cycling clothing at all, really, but just merino wool from different brands that I really like. So then I have a number of fleece line tights that are Bayleaf. It's a brand I bought years ago when I got into winter cycling on Amazon. Now I go for more of the wool stuff, but they actually work really well as long as they don't get wet. So yeah, I don't really wear that much uh, cycling stuff on the bottom at all. Except in the summer, I have some cycling specific shorts just because I found, when I cut off my jean shorts, I wear them for a while, but they wear out really, really bad. So, what's up, Robert? It's 4 degrees in Detroit. Yeah, I guess you guys would always be just a few degrees colder than us, right? Jared, you're fixing up the fat bike. Yeah, you guys have, I think, way more snow on the ground. I'm losing focus. We ended up getting some snow last night, but it's only not even. I don't even think we got an inch. So I rode my winter bike with the studs yesterday, but it wasn't even necessary. I would have been fine on any of my bikes. The only thing is that bike, I just don't mind dragging it through the salt, and the streets are just covered in salt, which I hate. What's up, Muskrat? Yeah, we had some negative wind chills too. So yeah, I usually wouldn't go out in that cold of weather, but yeah. But Ronnie's temps around 40. It's got to get pretty cold up there in Connecticut, I would think. Maybe it was just 40 when he actually filmed the video, because I know he filmed some of his videos a little bit in advance. But oh yeah, I was watching Terry on Twitch today. I didn't see how cold it was there, but I assume he was going from DC to Richmond today, right? That it had to be pretty cold out there. Whole what? Plus he did I think 70-ish miles. So yeah, that's the thing. When it's super cold, I'm limited in how long I'll stay out because no matter how I dress, my feet and hands are going to get cold over after a while. I could keep my core warm just fine, but negative 37 was the coldest you've ever ridden. Wow. You cycled every day, so you had to go out. Toughest 5 miles ever. Yeah, that's a. I don't know. I riding at 11 yesterday was close to my coldest. I'd have to ask Large if he's in here if I've ever gone out with him when it's been colder than that. There was a Ratsmas, our yearly Christmas group ride, one year that I know was really cold. We didn't ride far, and then we rode around inside a old rubber factory and stuff like that. We really didn't get far, but I think that might have been single digits. I'm not sure. Yesterday was close. It said 11 degrees when I left, and it was still a little windy. So yeah, strong wind chill. Hey, what's up, Dimitri? I've never tried anything like heavier on the legs because my legs don't tend to get too cold. You definitely have to keep your legs warm because I mean, obviously that blood is flowing to your feet. But yeah, my tights, like I said, merino tights are those fleece lined ones just under regular jeans. Or I do have one pair of regular style Rafa pants I got on sale at some point that work pretty well. Those actually got a hole in the crotch. I should have sent them back because Rafa will, replace stuff like that. Oh, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm making tea since I'm still on my damp January plan. Yeah, the Terry tour started today, so a few people mentioned, I think Rick, you were one of them. The snowboard jackets are good because you could vent them. I've never actually, I don't, just the layering with the wool and the windbreaker on top, and my vest has always worked for me. Like you saw in the video, I actually threw on my down jacket, and even at 11 degrees, down jackets are too warm to ride in. Really, um, I usually, if we go out somewhere and have some beers and dinner at night, and then we leave, I'll throw it on. But then most of us, even if we put on the heavier jackets, we stop after like a couple miles and take them off. I used to be like die hard about just going out in the clothes I was going to ride in, and now I'm a little more relaxed about like, no, you could be warm at a little warm at first, but like I said, and a lot of people said in the comments who know this too, if you're going to have a stop in your ride, you really do want to make sure you don't get too warm because the key is not to get damp. Like that is killer. Like even with the wool stuff and wool insulating when it's damp, you are going to feel really cold if you head back out and you've got wet and it's in the teens or lower. So talk up your hands and feet, keep the moisture at bay. Yeah, I don't, man, when it's cold, I do not have problems with my hands and feet sweating, but I could definitely see that if you did. Ah, what's up, Pudgy? Putting studs on the bear claw this weekend. We were way warmer than back home this weekend. Hey, what's up, Bob? Speaking of someone who will always ride in the cold weather, I saw what you did 15 miles this evening, and then you probably commuted to work this morning too, obviously. So you morning commuters are that's the thing that Where am I going to put this tea bag? Oh, I got some towels down here. Some greasy rags from working on bikes will work just fine. As long as I remember I did this. Yeah, morning commuters. I know my buddy Micah does it too. I just can't imagine getting up and getting out that early.
Michael Johnson became a member.
Michael Johnson, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Awesome. Yeah, I agree. Layering. It's all about the layering. Negative 20 in Colorado this morning. Whew. Damn. I once rode in 60 degrees and cried the whole time. That probably had nothing to do with the temperature, though, right? Right, Rick? I've never heard of these. The Zippo hand warmers that run off the lighter fluid are amazing this time of year. Is that for real? Or is this a joke? I'll look this up for sure. Yep, hands and feet. I can keep everything warm. I've gotten great at layering. Like I talked about in the video, real problems with my forehead. I think, from a lot of the good comments, I think I just need to find, because I really love my 45 North wool caps. Like, I like them because, again, the whole thing I was talking about, how they can get sweaty and still insulate. Like, I try not to let them get sweaty. But again, even if they do, you hang them up after the ride and they dry and they don't smell. But I want to find, a wool cap that I could just pull, like how my beanie, if I want, I could go like that when I go outside. So that's kind of what I want to find. There was a lot of good suggestions, but I think that would be my favorite thing. But yeah, when that wind, and I wonder if part of it is like my glasses and helmet just kind of direct it right here. A lot of people talked about covering the helmet vents and helmet covers and taping them. That's not my problem. My head doesn't get cold. It's the wind just hitting on my forehead. Someone described it as an ice cream headache, and that's exactly what it feels like. And when you've had an ice cream headache, that's one of the worst feelings. So I have a set of battery-powered electric gloves here. I tried them only a couple times. He used to jump in the stream. There was a dude, I think he was from China, who sent him and a couple other products over. They're more for motorcycling, but they worked. I just haven't found that I guess if I was going to do something really long, but I've been happy with, like I said, like I showed, the Defeat wool gloves, then a pair of just gloves over those, and then the lobster gloves. I've also ridden with bar mitts. On my winter bike, I put the Surly corner bars on, so my bar mitts are for flat bars, so they don't work on that bike. But bar mitts are awesome, make a big difference. I should put those on something with flat bars, because operating the GoPro, bar mitts are awesome, because then I could just wear those two thinner gloves and then pull my hand out when I need to use it. With the lobster gloves, I'm using my teeth and trying to get those things off and then stuff them in a bag. It's a real pain in the ass. So, what's up, gentlemen cyclists? You were riding in the 10 degrees. So, yeah, I agree. Fresh snow, I almost wish we had more snow, especially yesterday, because I don't know. It's just cold weather riding when it's snowy and at least it's pretty. And we've talked about this too. I think once it gets down to 10 and stuff, it doesn't matter. There's something I've felt, and maybe it's just mental, like what maybe you're hinting at, where I've been riding down the towpath trail and there's the perfect amount of snow on it and it's pretty, but it's cold. It just doesn't feel as cold. I don't know if there's anything actually to that or if it is just mental.
Simfa subscribed to the channel.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, man. This last video has been popping off with subscribers. I don't know if YouTube is throwing that out there to more people than usual, but yeah, they jumped a lot today since that video came out. So, Blackwall, you said it's negative 10 Celsius in Toronto, 14 degrees. Okay, and that's normal January. Yeah, so we're just getting your cold air. That's so we're kind of similar in temperature today. You have a 12-volt Bosch jacket that is heated and rules. Oh, nice. Yep. Jacket-wise, I wouldn't think I would need it. Whereas hands and feet would make a big difference. So, I need electric feet. What product are there electric socks? Yeah, or same. Keeping your hands or feet warm. Well, feet for me. Usually no trouble with your core. Yeah, and Michael Johnson, welcome to 105. Truly appreciate having you here. I just put out a members video, what, yesterday? So, yeah, there's some members content there for you to check out now, too. So, Randy, toe warmers in the boot. This is something we talked about a number of times. I've tried it. My boots don't quite have enough room for the toe warmers to work. So, toe warmers they still need, hand warmers, toe warmers. They need to be getting some air to be really functional. And when I've put them in my boot, I've just found they haven't gotten enough. And my boots aren't tight. It hasn't worked for me. I need to try it again. Maybe it would be better to put on some thinner socks and, on top of the toes there and see how it works. So, yeah, morning cold commute, man. This, I didn't bring the bag over here. Maybe the label says, but this is something that my girlfriend didn't like and gave it to me. It's some kind of sleepy Allegro. So that Allegro is probably just the brand, but I think it's not a straight chamomile tea, but I think it has chamomile in it. But I can't remember what the main thing was. That cold wakes you right up, I bet. Yeah, that's just insane. Now, I've been talking a lot in the comments about the different things that people need to keep warm about, how it just shows how different everybody is. We all have our cold tolerances completely different and in different spots on our body. Like, I actually, in that video originally, I did a whole thing about not cold shaming that I didn't put, that I think I'll put in the next one because, like, I don't know. It's so, everybody's tolerance is different and we acclimate to the weather that we have. And then some people can wear shorts on this kind of stuff. I've always said, like, I don't understand it, Pudgy, like, because even watching, me and Ben happened to stop for late lunch dinner yesterday and the Pittsburgh Buffalo game came on and just the linemen with their skin exposed. And I'm just like, okay, they're big dudes, so of course they're going to be more insulated and generate heat, but still skin is skin, right? Like hitting that cold turf, I just can't even imagine. Zippo warmers are an actual product. We will pull that up in a minute here. So, Zippos are legit. Use them waterfowl hunting in the Maine winter. Hey, what's up, Patty? It's funny. I don't even hear Timmy. Yeah, my family all calls me Timmy, and it doesn't even register when people say it. Oh, was that my GoPro cutting out? I just heard a noise. No? Huh, weird. Yeah, the faster you ride, the more the wind chill increases, but also the warmer you get from moving, so. What's up?
This admin stoop.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, you're cool here. Do you want your computer?
Keep it casual.
Keep it cash. Dave's here. He was upstairs painting a backdrop that we'll use for some videos. Skull cap. A number of people recommended using the skull caps. So I'm over winter on January 1st. Yeah. I hear that. I think this year it wasn't that cold in December and early January wasn't bad, so I haven't been as frustrated. Whoops. Hey, what's up, Dylan? Just purchased some pogies. Looking forward to more cold rides. Yeah. Pierogies. I just saw Cleveland's actually having a pierogi fest coming up late January. Oh, yeah, face and eye protection. I find the same thing. Well, one, like I said, I don't like having my mouth covered. So, but yeah, that moisture will fog up the glasses. I mean, as anyone who wears glasses knew during COVID, for sure. Roland, is it hard to make a career in photography? Sorry for being off topic. I mean, my path worked out, but yeah, I think it is hard. I mean, so yeah, everyone's a photographer these days. Lots of cell phones take awesome photos, so I think so. Finding clients is hard. Yeah. Takes time. Cycling Brian said your hands are your only problem. Arthritis makes your joints hurt in the extreme cold. Could you look up? Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Could you look up? It was Zippo, Zippo fuel hand warmers. Was it, guys? I already forgot. I'm gonna lose my place trying to find it. That's always my problem. Zippo, yeah. Zippo warmers. Look up Zippo warmers. I want to see what these are. Yeah, I've heard of the plastic wrap and plastic on your feet, foil on your feet. I've always been worried that would make them too clammy, but I should probably try it. My buddy Mike, who was in the video yesterday, he was saying there's I can't remember what the product but it's neoprene toe covers that he uses and really help him out. Yeah, what are folks' go-to winter boots? I know Large Ride uses some that are not cycling specific that he really likes. Mine are the 510 winter ones, but they could be warmer. Like I said, I've never bought an extra warm pair of riding boots because this kind of weather is extremely uncommon for us, and my 510s work in the 30s and high 20s to a point. So. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
It's a Zippo. Like a Zippo lighter.
It's like a Zippo lighter, but
Yeah.
what does it do?
According to this, it's just on fire.
It's just on fire. How could you have fire in your clothes? But he said it runs on Zippo fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a fire in a case?
Yeah, and then you just hold on to that.
Oh, huh.
I don't know if
Interesting.
it's an actual fire. It says put a flame to it.
If it runs on Zippo fuel, it's got to be a fire. How else would it be hot?
It seems incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try and jump ahead of what you guys are talking about boots, because everyone could read that for themselves instead of reading everyone out. Nah, I don't think I'm going to get any. I don't think I need any 650 wheels because because everything I have is 700 or 26. I mean, I could try and modify something, but I just don't know if it would work without testing it. So. Neoprene overshoes. Yeah, it's weird. I've heard some people talk about, like even Terry really likes his clipless shoes, so being clipped in. So he said he would have gone flat pedals on this tour, but he was wearing the clipless because the boots, so that he has for him are warm. Peacock makes refillable hand warmer. You have, and it's so good. Peacock, huh? The streaming service? I don't know Peacock. I'll have to look that one up too. That's why I was thinking you could have your computer, but I think we should just buy the cheapest capture card to have your computer plug in that we can for now until a better solution comes up. Anyways.
Yeah, that's just the same thing. It's not an actual flame. It's a catalytic flame, whatever that means.
A catalytic flame?
Yeah.
Huh. I know catalytic converter, catalytic flame. Huh. I would like the idea of something refillable. One of the things I hate about the hand warmers is just how wasteful I feel like they are. Just making more trash. So the lighter fluid ones, not the electric ones. Yeah, that's what we were looking at. Race said those warmers have been around for ages. Matt Ford said, I've tried a lot of cold gear and staying inside works the best. What's up, Chris? Old Red Wing 45 North leather jammers. Merrill waterproofs. Yeah, when I see the Yetis, like they all have like the really nice boots, but I don't know. Maybe I'll like it's so late. Maybe next year, or maybe when everything gets marked down at the end of this year, I should look into some actual warmer stuff because maybe I would ride longer in the winter if I did keep my feet warmer. I don't know. Pudgy said it has a wick that smolders, so that must be what a catalytic fire is. So larger Adidas Sambas with 2 pairs of wool socks. Whew, that wouldn't work for me. I need more protection on the shoes because I do wear wool. Like my boots are a little like they're not really boots. Oh.
Michael Stark became a member.
Hey, thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. A 2-member night on this live stream.
Damn.
Yeah, we're cooking. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I definitely need winter shoes over the stuff. Like, because my 510s are supposed to be waterproof. I don't think they really are, but they have some water resistance, and that also gives them a lot of wind resistance, you know. Sambas, man, there's no resistance there because, you know, I wear Vans old schools into the 40s sometimes, and yeah, that could become a problem. So Columbia Fairbanks waterproof boots or King Revel polar boots. I do have a worn pair of boots from when we worked at Boston Mills, but they're so, I think they'd be way too wide, and I think
Pretty chunky.
the bottoms would get torn up. I think they would really hit on the cranks, and the bottoms would get ruined by the kind of flat pedals. I would have to switch to a less aggressive pedal, but that would become a problem in the snow as well. So yeah, because those are warm. Those are, I mean, worked third shift making snow, and there were single digit nights out there. We were out there for hours, but
I think you probably already went over it. You wouldn't go the neoprene overshoe, so still have the feel of like your tennis shoe or whatever.
well, neoprene overshoes I think would also be torn up on my pedals, don't you? I thought most people wear those with clipless.
Sure.
So
I just can't imagine losing that pedal feel in a pair of like work boots. Even winter boots. Winter boots are thick.
yeah, winter boots are really thick. So Fat Albert said the metal cleat on the shoes sucks the warm out. Yeah, I've never ridden clipless, so I have zero knowledge. Small Japanese made one, fire in your pocket. So, yeah, and like yesterday, I kept hand warmers in my pockets when we were out riding. Just I find that, you know, obviously we were stopping and doing stuff, but I also do find when I get places, being able to just keep my hands like get them extra warm when we stop. But I also kept my bike headlight in that pocket, and so yeah, and I'm obviously someone who carries a bunch of batteries around, so if I'm wearing like my chrome vest, I'll usually throw a hand warmer in the back pocket with my GoPro and all that stuff. Again, a thanks to Michael Stark for joining the channel. Johnny saying maybe you'll go flats this winter. Yeah, like I said, I just don't have enough knowledge because I'm always a flats guy. So. Ray said Craft Brand pants. That's another brand I don't think I'm aware of, but. Muskrat, you said you think Ben likes Columbia Bugga boots. I think you might be right on that one. Shake cayenne pepper in socks and gloves. It works. Burn, baby. What's up, Madison? Rip the ass out of your Patagonia snow pants on the last snowboard trip. 45 North stuff is great. Yeah, I would trust them being that I use so much of their other stuff, like socks. Like I really like their long wool socks. Like I said, love the wool caps that they make, except when it gets down as cold as it has been. But, you know, for normal temperature stuff, I'm always fine with that. Hey, what's up, Robin? How you doing? Flat pedals and big leather works. Boots from Wolverine. Are Wolverine the boots we used to, work boots we used to wear? Yeah, so we wore leather Wolverine work boots during the summer. They wouldn't be what I wear to ride in, but those were great boots. Those stayed waterproof for what, about 2 months? They were Gore-Tex, but we beat the hell out of those. We were farmers.
No, they were pretty good. don't trust anything other than Vortex now because of those.
Oh, yeah. Patty said toes get cold easily when it gets below freezing out. Got some Van MTE 2S half size up to accept thick wool socks. Thick wool socks. Yeah. Yeah, I had someone on this. There was only one bad comment on the video so far, and he made fun of my choices for dressing yesterday because we went into a factory and we were riding bikes, and I'm like, that's what made dressing complicated yesterday, is we were doing a bunch of different things on one trip, and it was colder than I almost ever ride. It was like, yeah, I was experimenting with a couple things, and I was saying that, like, I was like, I'm gonna try these socks and see what happens. So, I don't know. I think it's weird to be like shitty about that when someone's like straightforward with like, I'm going to test this idea out with one pair of these thick socks and see how they worked, but whatever. I pretty much told him to F off. No, I was just like, I don't understand your gibberish, because I also threw the word hipster in there a couple times, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, hipster, that word just equals someone you don't like, whatever. I'm sure I would love to see what this guy looks like. With overshoes, does it cover your tread? Not good when you put your foot down on ice. Yeah, I'll tell you what, my 510s have no traction in any kind of snow or wet anyways. It really wouldn't matter. And also, if you're talking about true ice, it also doesn't matter because ice is just ice, you know. Trash messenger bags make an extremely warm pair of mittens. They have a removable liner. Fat Albert, you commute year round. You dress like you're going to be sitting on a ski lift and try not to exert yourself too much. Yeah, I guess that's the issue, is like, you know, commuting is totally different than going for a ride, which would be totally different than going for like a roadie style group ride, where I can understand why roadies wear all like just the thin thermal stuff. If you're just going to paceline and like hammer it out, that stuff works. If you're stopping anywhere, you get a flat or a mechanical, that's where I think that stuff falls apart. So yeah, or if you're just commuting, like you said, you could just dress really warm. I guess I do that when I like go to the grocery store. Like I'll actually wear my down jacket with barely any layers underneath, and I'm just kind of chilling. But in general, I'm putting pretty good effort in when I'm riding. And if it's snowy around here on the trails, like then even if you're not going fast, you're just putting in a ton of effort. So yeah, just bundling up doesn't work for a lot of what I'm doing. Hey, what's up, Terry? Terry said when he's not riding his bike live streaming, he likes to watch friends' live streams and talk about bikes and cameras. Yeah, how cold did you feel by the end of the day? I mean, I know you were saying during the stream, because I had it on, I was just lurking while I was working in the, you know, around the studio. But did you take a nice hot shower? And I bet that was probably awesome. Because, man, I feel like even if you're wearing the right stuff to keep warm, if you're out there for that long, by the end, it's just got to be like soaking into you, huh? Once you go flats, you won't go back. It's funny. Maybe for winter stuff, like my friends who ride clipless, like all of them who have tried flat pedals pretty much have stuck with clipless. So, again, like I said, I've just never even tried it. I've ridden cages, which is the closest. Wish you had a beer though. Oh, you're sitting up there with no beer. I'm just drinking tea today, so I don't have beer either. Yeah, Terry, when you started streaming this morning, I was still in bed, so I got the notification, and I was getting up around 8, and I like popped it on. I watched it for a second. I'm like, okay, I got to go make breakfast, and then I'll pop this on when I'm up and ready to work. So. Dylan's asking Terry if he has any regrets on the trip so far. I think just the receiver for your mic? So.
Madison Deans became a member.
Woo! 3-member night.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Madison. I appreciate that. Terry said 0 regrets so far, but ask again in a week. Yeah. Well, hopefully, man, I haven't looked ahead at the weather. I heard you talk about it a little bit, so hopefully, hopefully it's decent. Hopefully, not a lot of rain. Can I click that link? There we go. Yeah, I can. That large dropped. Oh, this is what I need. Well, what did I do here? I don't need. So this is a cap that would come down farther over my head. Yeah, this is exactly what I need. You guys can get these at the shop, can't you? I have to have Otis order me one of these. Oh yeah, I'm totally into that. So. You know what? The second this comes in, we won't get cold weather again the rest of the winter. But that's the thing. My winter gear lasts so long because you only wear it in the winter. I just don't not as hard on stuff like that. Plastic flats. I think my winter bikes, anything they had plastics or plastic flats on my winter bike, but most of my other flat pedals are alloy, really thin DoD blade runners. Alejandro, anyone ever try Icelandic wool sweaters for the cold? I have vintage sweaters that I would wear sometimes as a layer. So I don't know Icelandic wool sweaters, but yeah, just like vintage thrift store wool sweaters that I will throw on sometimes. Hating on hipsters is so hipster. Yeah. I always joke that I take it as a compliment now because I'm 45 years old. I'm like, there's no way I'm like up on what is hip. So when someone calls me a hipster, it's like, well, thank you. I guess. Yeah, so Racer, that's what I was saying. Like 45 North stuff costs money, but it lasts and it works. When it comes to bike stuff, I just don't like. I'm not like over the top. Like I don't buy a lot of like bike jewelry type stuff, but I don't mind buying expensive gear. Merino's expensive. It's worth it. You know, that's just it's kind of where I'm at. I ride my bike so much that I don't mind spending on certain things. Cycling specific shorts I think they're stupid expensive, but when I think of how many shorts I've worn out, and you compare the price compared to cycling specific ones, so.
Ron Sexton became a member.
Dang, thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. I haven't what do they call that on Twitch? When I can't remember. My Twitch, you don't watch Twitch, you wouldn't know. It's like it starts some like cascading effect. That's kind of what feels like going on here. Matt said, Terry, be telling you're not camping. Yeah, it's a hotel trip down the East Coast. Watching your stream, Terry, I was thinking of, because we do bike trips around 4th of July, wondering, I'll be interested in how obviously you're doing it in the winter, but some of the East Coast Greenway, if that might be an interesting bike tour for us, and if maybe we can make a loop out of it. Yeah, stovepipe looks like an awesome option. Oh, you were lurking too, Rick? Oh, yeah, having your face out in the cold for that long. I've done a half century on a really cold day, and yeah, my face was like really red and crackly at the end. Don't some people rub Vaseline on their face? So I think that's a thing too. I got to catch up on this chat. I'm so far behind. I think I probably can't.
Right down at the bottom, not that far.
Oh, am I not that far behind? How's everyone's dry January going? Like I said, mine's damp January, but I'm not drinking tonight. But me and Ben had lunch at a brewery yesterday, and that's kind of exactly what I said. We're sitting at a brewery. I'm going to have a beer, but just not drinking here at home. Hey, I heard Terry say Robin's name, but I wasn't right by the TV, so I was wondering if that was you, Robin. Cycling Brian, you switched from flats to clipless? Oh yeah, I definitely don't think flats are slower. The whole idea that clipless are more efficient and stuff has been debunked. I think it's that people just really like the way they feel. So it's hard to go back once you're used to, I think, that locked in feeling. And I guess I could say that too. Like all my vintage bikes that I rode for years before I had more of my gravel bikes with flat pedals, I really liked that feeling of climbing with the toe cages and all that. Hey, what's up, Mark? Near freezing in Korea today. Snow and freezing rain equals no ride. Yeah, freezing rain's the worst. Hey, what's up, Rock? How's it going? iPhone issues. Oh, the bike shop has those hats in stock. Caps and what is that, a cap still? If it doesn't have a brim, is that now a cap? Skull cap? Skull
It's not a
cap?
hat.
It's not a hat. Skull cap. Yeah. Anyone jumping in, we're talking about this guy, which I think I'm gonna pick up probably tomorrow when I get to the shop. Put one aside for me, Ben. I'll grab that before we ride tomorrow night because it's gonna be a cold ride. Not as cold as today, but oh, the way I have this camera positioned over here is horrible. I'm like way off in the corner. Fix this and get way behind. Ah, much better.
So you just take it off.
What was that blue box? Oh, that's the Canon. Something weird happened when I put the Canon, left it in 4K accidentally, and now it's not fitting the screen. I don't know what the hell's going on. When it comes to warm shit, you get what you pay for. And I think when it comes to warm performance stuff, obviously you could just dress warm and be outside. You know what I mean? It's just when it comes to doing activities, I think that's where the stuff really pays off. Oh yeah, Matt Ford, that's what I was looking for. Hype train, yeah, not a raid, Pudgy, a hype train. So yeah, Racer, stop buying some bikes and buy some warmer clothes. Yeah, everyone's hype train. Yeah, membership drive telethon. Loop the North Coast Greenway with the Intercoastal. That would be cool. Huh. Yeah, I actually pulled up the website for the Greenway to kind of start looking at the maps, but then I was just too busy today to actually get into it. We're far enough off, but it's definitely give me some ideas.
Josh Hedden became a member.
Yeah, it is. We do have a hype train going. Dave's over there playing. I should get the cat up. That's usually really get things happening. Oh yeah, some traveling through videos would be good to check out as well. How did I do that? Weird. Oh, if I click on a name, it opens the channel. And all this time I've been trying to search and type in URLs. Sorry. Yeah, learn something new. With 3 years of streaming, still clicking accidental stuff and finding stuff out. 3 degrees was the coldest for you. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if like once you get to the extreme cold stuff, if you notice like huge difference. Because I notice like a big difference between 30 and 20 and 20 and 10. Like is 10 to 0 about the same? Or does it just get so cold at some point that you don't notice it? I don't know. All right, I don't know if you've seen Racer's collection. You put Juddy butter on your face? What's Juddy butter? Judy butter. Oh, Judy butter.
Still don't know what it is.
Still don't know what it is, but that's what he wrote. Unscented chapstick for exposed face areas, huh? Rock, were you chatting in Terry's stream today? Like I said, I had it on in the background. I did have the chat window open on my computer, but I was also moving stuff around for part of it. So, also when people I had to turn it down for. Oh yeah, I was editing audio and had to turn it down for about a half hour, so I missed some stuff with the audio. Oh,
It's a mountain biker joke.
oh, it's a mountain biker joke.
It's shock grease.
Oh, shock grease. Judy butter is shock grease. All right. So Muskrat, your dry January failed because you ran into some good beers. Rick asked why unscented. I think that goes without saying. Yeah, I do like drinking dark beers when it gets cold out. Even though I guess yesterday I was drinking lighter beers because I was having a couple with lunch and I wasn't really trying to get a buzz. So, goggles if it's incredibly cold. Frostbite is a concern. Frostbite on someone's eye. I always wear glasses. I don't wear goggles, but I did one ride early on when I started riding through the cold weather and I didn't realize that. And it wasn't even super cold. I think it was low 30s. And when I got to where I was going and I looked in the mirror, I was heading to Kent, Ohio, to this place called Bottles. But I looked in the mirror and my eyes were just so bloodshot. It looked like I was completely high, and I didn't realize it. So, Josh, the latest channel member. Yeah, unscented everything for sure. Oh, Madison, you ditched clipless. You're riding Chester's by Raceface. Yeah, my girlfriend rides. Uh, I think she rides Chester's. I know she has Raceface pedals, but oh, North Carolina, not North Coast. Gotcha. The North Coast Intercoastal. Everything under zero is just cold. I've been to the Outer Banks, but I've never ridden bikes there. It was just I was a kid, just we were just swimming. So I have a friend who rode out there. He was on vacation out there with his family, and he just found a road ride, I think, on Facebook, and went and hung with guys just pace lining. It's funny to see his speeds because it's so flat out there, but you could also get crazy wind out there too. So Chris said after 0 degrees, it all feels the same. So yeah. Truthfully, you do pay with some inflammation in the morning after drinking, but it's hard to find a good non-alcoholic gluten-free stout. Huh. Yeah, I feel like with a stout you would notice like it would be hard to make a good stout that was gluten-free, right? IPAs are, you could just bury everything with the hops flavor. I'll let Terry Lowell at Rick's comment. I'm not not pulling it up. Ah, yeah. I've definitely had the frozen beards before. I can do some peanut butter stouts. If they're artificially flavored, I think they're the most disgusting thing in the world. But there are some good ones. Yeah, same. Just glasses have been good enough for me. A lot of people in the on the video today did recommend goggles just because they cover so much more of your forehead, so just to keep more skin from being exposed. So goggles are a must for you. Riding around Charlotte is fun. I worked in Charlotte on a gig a couple years ago, but I didn't we stayed out at like one of those freeway exits and I didn't have a chance to do any riding around there unfortunately. Just walking. Hot toddies. Now you're speaking Terry's language there. So we were drinking a nutmeg after the ride. When I started Rick, I saw you guys chatting about some other stuff, but trying to keep up a little bit. But What else is there? Some more safety glasses work fine. That's what I wore at first. I would just wear the safety glasses I had around here. Now I wear Gooder. Gooder makes $20 sunglasses. I think they're about $20, right? Yeah, I'll 25. Hand me that little. Yeah, their clear ones are called modern day snake oil. Oh, yeah, $25. Anyway, yeah, they're sunglasses that are polarized, cheap, and they have some grip so they don't slip around on your face too. You had your eyes start freezing shut on a few rides last year? That's gross. I used to have ski goggles. I used to have a bunch of pairs because we would find them at Boston Mills when we worked all night. I would just find them around, and I used the straps for other things. I would take them because I could use the straps for like camera bag stuff. Good night, Terry. We'll see you in the morning on the stream. Hopefully everything works out all right and audio and everything goes smooth. Cycling Brian, you said you could see where goggles would be good if you weren't blind and didn't have to wear soda bottle glasses. Yeah. Smith goggles? You love those? What are the Rick? What are those ones you have that are like they're like mirrored? Those are wild. I know you shared them in the Discord and we pulled them up a number of times, but yeah. What was that? Some big bang upstairs. The cat's down here, so
The wall just fell over.
yeah. I thought you said something smaller than goggles. Safety glasses. Safety goggles. Call them whatever you want. Call them safety goggles then. Oh yeah, hop water. People talked about this when we were talking about going dry last year. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just doing, and I've said this before, just doing a different beverage altogether if I'm not going to drink beer. I feel like if I was at a cycling event where I was trying not to drink, that might be where non-alcoholic beer or something like hop water would be better because like a social setting where something that like felt like beer would probably have a better effect. When I'm just alone though and I can make whatever I want, like tea with honey or something, I'm going to go that route. So. You didn't like the goggles when you tried them at first. I think you definitely have to have the right ones. Yeah. Kind of like the glasses Dustin Klein rocks. I'm not sure what he's been wearing lately. I know he has some of the Arn ones, but he gets a lot of stuff, though. He looks like he's always wearing something interesting. My vicarious life, you're saying you don't bike ride in Michigan at all? Barely survived during the spring, summer, and fall. Gotcha. What part of Michigan are you in? Because we did a lot of Michigan riding. Not a lot. I rode in Michigan a couple times this year, but one was like a week long trip. I guess two were week long trips, but we went up into the UP and stuff like that too. But what just happened? Oh, Gooder makes glasses too, or goggles too. I've never looked at their goggles. Smith goggles are too big for you. Rick said he could snort coke off his goggles. Your goggles like cover your entire face. I think I used it in the thumbnail the last time you were on that picture of you with the goggles. So. How are you doing, Pudgy, on your complete dry January? Nothing but water. Rick rocking the blue blockers. If you guys have been around for a while, you saw those like blue blocker looking glasses I found at that campground that I was wearing one summer. Funniest thing is, and I wore those in the winter too because they are kind of big and they're like orange, so you could wear them like even into the evening. Those are the ones that Erin tried out and put on when it was sunny out. She's like, I think these make things brighter. So yeah, $25 polarized glasses. I love them. Actually, weirdly, my mom gave me a pair that's she had got from someone this summer, which was so random. I'm like, I wear gooder glasses, so those are the more round ones that not the style I usually wear. I really like this even the Wayfarer style ones, even for my sunglasses. You know, the Ray-Ban look. But I've always growing up, we just called those '80s glasses. It's always been more my vibe. But I'll wear free glasses for sure. So my problem with Gooders is the sunglasses, you really have to protect them. Like you have to put them back in that sleeve they come in. My problem is I end up dropping them into my bike bag here and there or just putting them in a pocket in that the outer coating gets scratched off pretty easy if you're not careful with them and then they just get hard to see out of. That's the only negative, and I mean that's also probably why they're $25 and there's glasses that are hundreds of dollars. Do you want to come up here, Edmund? Raymond. I think I might have read Raymond's name here. So. Whatever you call yourself. He's a cat. He doesn't know his name. It doesn't matter. Oh, he's got his piece of plastic. There's a piece of plastic that came off some bike thing, and he has chewed this thing to hell, and he carries it around everywhere in the studio. Now he's playing with some brake cables. So. Goggles have seal to your skin, pine cone. Okay, gotcha. Oh, Lagunitas hop water. Huh, and that's actually a brewery, so maybe they do a good job. Never tried it. I should try some, just for the hell of it. Maybe I'll get some hop water for next week's stream. Try it out and see how much it works as kind of a beer replacement.
What's wrong with water?
What's wrong with just water?
Just water.
Just water. That's so boring.
It's so boring.
Charlotte has incredible riding. Huh. Yeah, I think I was so busy I just didn't even really look into it. I think I had one day to kind of one evening to wander on my own. And I looked at the bike shares, but with the time I had, it wasn't worth it. But beer's a substitute. At some point, what's the question? Why bother? Just drink something else. Yeah, I guess it's that, you're used to that flavor. If you're not drinking, it might just give you that vibe and feeling. So, yeah, I don't know. Lube blockers? What is this guy doing over here? Chewing out a brake wire. Pudgy's still drinking water. Nice. Oh, bros. DK loves them. Huh. If you could make it without your glasses fogging up, it's a good ride. So. Oh, man. We should pull up the blue blocker commercial. I love that one guy who raps on it. That was the best part. Pudgy's turning into a guppy. I can't believe you remember that, unless you're just watching it in the background right now. Damn, Pudgy, you lost 30 pounds. Is the cutting out, like, other drinks the only thing you've done? Have you changed, like, any of the eating stuff? Or I can imagine. I mean, my little beer belly is from beer. It's not from the food I eat, Ivory helps stops the fogging. Helps, man. Could I have read that any worse?
I tried that in the car, it didn't work.
No, I don't want keto advice. You tried what?
The ivory soap.
Ivory soap on your car windows?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work? No.
All those hacks, I could never get it to work.
Hmm. Yeah, 30 pounds in 16 days. That's pretty badass.
That seems scary.
Scary?
It's almost too much.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and I don't think Punchy really cares if I mention this. He's a bigger dude, so, you know.
Oh, you just cut out.
Yeah. I mean,
You drink water, yeah. That's
Yeah, if
it's
I just-
inevitable, no matter who you are.
yeah. I mean, I don't think I have 30 pounds to lose. If I just went to that, I think I would lose like
Right.
10, you know. So probably, I don't know. I don't weigh myself, so I would never know what the difference is, but I would see the difference, you know. Look, I sense that Jay Dandy is lurking, just waiting for maps. I do have a maps tab up there, but I don't have any. Oh, we could have pulled up North Carolina when we were talking to Terry, but that'll be a stream though we'll do later when we do start to plan, because I do like to do those like as it gets a little warmer. Rick's up 30 pounds. Water or whiskey, but you're dry till another 80-ish days. Oh, there he is. Right on cue. Hey, what's up, flying over? Oh, Dylan, you said Rheingeist does good hop water? Yeah, I guess, I mean, I don't know. I got to try it. I just really should. We've talked about this for like 3 years on the channel, and I've never tried it. And I do like the flavor of hops, so. Greg, I did that for a long time too, because I was always afraid that if I bought nice glasses, I would just lose them. And then I have these freebie giveaway glasses from the Knight Foundation that I've have made it like 8 years now, so. Baby shampoos for babies. No more tears? Is that what you just rub no more tears all over your glasses? You guys remember that stuff? Do they still sell that? I'm sure they do, right? Oh, Chris, you're going for 100 days dry. Good luck. If I made it 100 days, I've talked about this before, I think I would make it forever, you know?
Yeah, at that point, sure.
I guess our other, not the Eddie who's chatting right now, but we have another friend, Ed, who, he went like, how long did he go, Dylan? Like a year? And then he started drinking again, and I was surprised, because I'm like, man, if I made it months, I don't think I would ever drink again. I mean, I could be wrong, but, and I'm not calling out anyone who's gone a long time and then started having some drinks again. Just feel like if I got that far, I'd be like, that's my problem. Like, whenever I've quit for like a month, like done a dry month, I've hated it. I'm like, God, I'm a miserable person if I don't have a beer here and there. So I did March. I can't remember. It was a few years ago, and I remember it was since I've been like riding a lot. I know I was riding with Large, and I just remember I'd be waiting to leave the shop, and everyone would be finishing their beer, and I'd be like, "Come on, let's go!" And then we'd be at the restaurant, and everyone's having a beer, and then so I tried to like eat some edibles instead, but that was just not a good. They're just not the same kind of drugs. Like it was like so. Yeah, cheap glasses again, Christopher Webb. I totally hear that. I kind of like the Gooders. I mean, I don't want to just lose them and for no reason, but $25 isn't that crazy. So
That's a good happy medium.
yeah, happy
For a
medium.
little better quality.
Yeah,
But
you get polarized. They have a little bit of grip. The hinges are nice.
not $300 Oakley's.
Yeah. Is it tune boat time? Is it 10 o'clock? Western NC is bike heaven. Huh. Racer, yeah, I used to have that. I probably had that memorized up until a few years ago. Hop water is generally way too expensive. Oh, Treehouse is a brewery I really like. I guess um, I'd have to look at the price because a beer habit is really expensive too. So I would be drinking less of them also. I think if I'm going to have a hop water, I'm going to drink one. Where, if I sit here and stream, I'm going to have 2 or 3 beers when I'm drinking beer. So. Oh, so Pudgy, I'm losing the weight. You said deliberate eating. So.
That's some solid willpower.
Yeah, solid willpower. Yeah. But man, when you see 30 pounds come off, that's got to be a strong motivating
that's
factor.
Motivation. If that's what you're aiming for, sure.
That's the problem that makes it hard, I think, and I mean this in the stupidest way, but a little harder for like someone who's like built like I am. It takes a long time to see any progress.
Right.
Like to quit drinking for a month, like I didn't notice anything in my beer belly. It would have taken a lot longer than that. So.
Do you notice anything? I don't know. Aside from weight.
Oh, physical? No. That's the other thing. I was thinking this, and I was thinking of putting this in a video, but I don't, because I don't like. The thing, I hear a lot of people talk about how great they feel since they quit drinking. I feel great if I don't get drunk. You know what I mean? Like, waking up hungover sucks. But just having beers, when people are like, man, I don't have those beers anymore, and I just feel so great, I'm like, I never got that. And I think I've talked to some other friends who have like done the month or 2 months, and it's like that didn't notice a big change in how you felt. To me, it would be more of a health thing. I would be doing it just because I know it would be better for my health. Like alcohol is always bad. There's no amount of alcohol that is not bad for you. So, and I know that, and like empty calories and all that stuff. But man, I really like the month off. I really wish that I had this whole like I felt better, I slept better, and all this stuff. Like even now, this like dryish January, I haven't been sleeping any better. I haven't been feeling any better. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the reason to cut back is just overall health reasons. But I'm never one who like I know Josh Ramiro Stoked on Spokes talked about not drinking anymore, and I think he's a year deep and how much better he feels. Man, I wish I got that effect. I feel better when I drink. So.
Is it physical or mental? In that, you're not constantly thinking, but it's just like an addiction.
Yeah, it's an addiction. So you'd have to go long enough to be breaking a total addiction to feel better.
Well, you'll
but,
never, you'll always have an addiction. I don't think. But I mean more that you could just kind of live life without having to think about the next beer.
Yeah.
That's an addiction, but
yeah.
That's not really what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I live life thinking about the next beer. I just like beer a lot.
Like, oh, I don't have a beer, and then stop what you're doing to go get a beer. You just keep doing what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess, just not thinking about, But that's what I'm doing now, is not thinking about beer, like when I'm not doing something with friends, And I get, like, what a lot of, like, not drinking what it is to me is my sweet tooth. So I start to, like, I want something sweet, and a beer totally satiates that for me. So if I have dinner, then have a beer, I'm like, cool, now I had dessert.
Yeah.
But I don't like keeping sweets around because I can't keep my hands off them.
Right.
So I have that, like, that's maybe why hop water or something like that would be good. I've been doing it with tea with honey, though, during the, like, after lunch today, I had, like, my sweet tooth went crazy, and I have nothing sweet here right now, not even, like, peanut butter. So I'm like, I made a tea with, like, honey just to get something sweet after lunch. But, yeah, it's bad for me. Like, but, yeah, if I buy a bag of candy, I'm going to eat it in 2 days. So I lived with a girlfriend who would get stuff for Christmas, like boxes of chocolate, Laura, and all that, and she would hide it and like dole it out to me. Like she would like walk into the room and like
daily portion.
Yeah, like hand me a piece of chocolate. And Erin knows, sitting at her house like on the weekend, she had this bag of chocolate covered pretzels on the table, and I had one, and then another, and I'm like, I need to move these into the other room. Like I can't. Yeah. Now I'm sure I'm way behind on the chat. I don't know if we'll end up taking a break tonight at all.
I don't think you are. Your thing's still down at the bottom.
Yeah, but now it's whatever. Matt said, Pudgy Pedal Pusher, you're going to need a new name. Yeah. Change his name to Pedal Pusher. Yeah. See who's tech. Just YouTube comments on the other video. Skinny shifter cyclist. Oh, I didn't know you broke your keto thing, Racer, since you quit drinking. Oh, Pudgy, you've just been doing real and whole foods, mostly veggie, some fish. So doing pescatarian, gotcha. Rick's off carbs? Jared said haven't drank in over a year and hop water is good. Huh. Yeah, I knew you had stopped. And I appreciate, like, at Higher Ground seeing, too, that you guys always make sure there's non-alcoholic beers at those events and stuff like that.
Is hop water a brand, or is that what you're just calling non-alcoholic beer?
Oh,
It's not even beer.
is hop water actually a brand? Let's look. I was kind of just thinking of hop water as a thing, but maybe everyone's capitalizing it, so I guess it is.
Unless somebody said Rheingeist has. Unless they're the one that makes it.
Oh, they.
It
Wait.
is a thing.
Oh, so it is just an actual. Oh, it's by Rheingeist. Isn't that a Rheingeist logo?
Sparkling. What? There's just sparkling water. Hop.
Sparkling hop water. Yeah, so they flavor it with hops, right?
Yeah,
Oh, no, that's not a Rheingeist logo. That's just a brand. Yeah.
It's very close. Yeah, when's the last time you had a peach beer?
Zero carbs, 0 calories. I don't think I would like that. You gotta have some sweetness in there, right? Do they artificially sweeten it? Because I hate
It's
artificial sweeteners.
artificially sweetened.
If it's cherry, I couldn't drink that stuff probably then.
Yeah, like, what's the point?
These are good hops here. I gotta see what the sweetener is. Herbs, vitamin C. There's no sweetener in here.
Don't they have to tell you the ingredients?
Yeah, this is what I don't know what this nootropics. Usually anything that's too light or like has any artificial sweeteners I can't do, but I don't know. I'll try a couple. Maybe I'd be better off with the ones that are made by the beer brands, like Treehouse or Rheingeist or something.
Right.
What was that? I want to look at that Google search though to see if it showed. Yeah, so I don't know. I wonder hop water versus like non-alcoholic IPAs. If I would like the non-alcoholic IPA better because it would be a little thicker, a little more stick to your ribs, as they say. Okay, so the 5 best hop waters of 2024. So it is a brand, but so Sierra Nevada makes some. Yeah. Okay, here's a good. What is hop water? Don't confuse. Oh God, what is that? What just happened? Don't confuse hop water with non-alcoholic beers. Non-alcoholic beers typically have between 80 and 100 calories and traces of gluten from the grains. Okay. Hop water is a much healthier alternative to craft and NA beers. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a
Hop seltzer. I need to try both. I'm thinking I would really like non-alcoholic beer better. I don't care about 80 to 100 calories if it means I'm not drinking 3 beers and having one non-alcoholic IPA, I gotta try 'em. We'll do it on Tuesday. I'll get a couple and we'll try them out. I should get another guy. We should get someone else over here so we could do a taste test. Large is always good for taste tests.
Yeah.
You gonna try this stuff?
I don't like beer to begin with.
You were drinking beer on New Year's.
I drink beer, but I don't like it. Somebody's got to do it.
Anyways. Rub no more tears on Rick. Wait, come back. Rub no more tears on Rick after he posted Dave's Matthews video. He posted Dave Matthews video in the Discord, and it didn't get a lot of love.
No,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Especially for me, I can't stand Dave Matthews.
As it should.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can catch up. Oh,
Going
man.
the wrong way.
That's where I was. All right. Sobriety is very sobering. Oh, Pudgy, you were 2 years drive before we met at Nutmeg? Huh. Dylan, story of your life minus the edibles. Not drinking. Gotcha. Waiting for everyone. Dylan waiting for everyone to drink. Yeah, I know. Even when you hang out with us. Well, at least we are usually at restaurants, but... Poking the smot. Try to make sure anything I eat is edible. Fat Albert said, serious question, why go dry at all? Is it to demonstrate you can control your alcohol consumption? I think two things. That, and I'm not saying for me personally, I think in general it's just bad for you. And then, yes, if you feel like you're getting a little in over your head, like I feel like I was just drinking too much, and that's part of my cutting back. Just kind of had built up into a, now I'm going to have a beer with this. Now I'm going to have a beer while I do this. Now I'm going to have a beer while I do this. So for me, yes, it's a little bit about control. I'm not going dry, but yeah, controlling it. But also health, just drinking. So I guess I said I'm not speaking for myself when I was entirely speaking for myself with those two reasons.
Yeah. Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. 100 days without tears, it's kind of eerie. Tried some weed drink with 5 grams of whatever, and it sucked. Going dry is cheaper. There is another reason. Yeah. And I agree with that too. I mean, 6 packs every 2 days, or 3 days, 2 beers, 3 beers here and there. With craft beer is expensive. 10 to 15 bucks now for a 6 of craft beer. So 10 on the cheap end. That's like just buying Great Lakes or Sierra Nevada or something. I can hear that for sure. Placebo effect. Oh, and that, yeah, Pudgy said not drinking and smarter eating is essentially funding your new mountain bike build. So. Direct correlation between pretzel and edible consumption. Kind of skipping through, guys, to catch up a little bit because I know you guys already read all this stuff. So.
Underscore who subscribed to the channel.
Thanks, Ghoul. I'm thinking about 1 drink a month and a night of drinking every 3 months. Oh, you never quit carbs. You just cut way down. Gotcha. The pedal pusher formerly known as Pudgy. I like that one. Pudgy said it right there. Hop water is a brand, but also like Q-tips or Kleenex. So, gotcha. Hop water sounds like what's in my toilet. Dark chocolate, 72% satiated without all the sugar, which is a good point too. I do like dark chocolate, and I could definitely get away with that. What's your screen capping over there? Ah. More of a malt water kind of guy. Oh, Jared said had some other stuff from some other breweries that call it hop water. Has hop oil in it. Yeah. I know people like Athletic Brewing, and that's the one I see the most for non-alcoholic beers. Scenic Route. Yeah. This thing skips ahead and drives me crazy. Muskrat, you said you're drinking a athletic hazy right now. Yeah, I know Lanky. He's big into the athletic when because he takes breaks from drinking at all once in a while. Diet soda is like downing a chemistry set. Yeah, I don't. I understand diet soda less than non-alcoholic beer. Um, my family drinks a lot of diet pop. Do you still drink diet pop?
Strictly Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr Pepper.
That's it.
Ah, so gross.
Tastes more like the real thing.
Tastes more like the real thing. Oh man, diet. Yeah, to me it's like you take all the things that make it decent out of it. It's just like drink. That's another drink something else in my opinion. But yeah,
It was in a. It took a while to get used to it. Now I think regular soda pop
too sugary.
is way too sugary.
Ah, Splenda. I wouldn't touch that stuff with your mouth. No, I hate Splenda. I hate all that stuff. Artificial sweeteners are so gross to me. They stand out like crazy. All of them. I just don't like it. I know I don't know. I feel like I'm like the people who can't, what's the spice certain people think tastes like soap? The Mexican.
Anise?
No, the Mexican. It's in everything Mexican. Yeah. Starts with a C. Someone will be saying it all the way at the bottom of the chat, and I'll get there in a half hour. My parents are like those kind of people who have this like thing to, God, I put it in everything, and I grow it, and I can't think of the name. I could picture cilantro. Some people have this like huge distaste for cilantro, and I feel like that's how I am with artificial sweeteners. It stands out. My parents will be eating something where I can't even taste the cilantro, and they'll be like, "Does this have cilantro in it?" And yeah, I taste something with artificial sweetener, and I'm just like so grossed out. Fruit and ice waters in your blender. Nice. Apple cider vinegar, club soda lemon with jalapeno to spice it up. That's an interesting mix there. Well, this is the comment I wanted. Will hop water before liquor make you sicker? We don't. The We don't have a lot of like the weed products yet because it just became legal in Ohio on December 9th. So there's a dispensary right next to the studio now, but it's still a medical one. They don't have the whatever other license you're going to need. On a hot summer day, an ice cold not NA Corona tastes just as bad as the regular stuff. Stevia, so gross. Yeah. Now everyone's getting me with the cilantro now. Did I scroll down way too far? Did I kind of cover everything? I think I'm doing all right. I don't think I missed anything super important. Diet cilantro soda. Sweet and low? Yeah, what was sweet and low? Because that was the two that were always on the table. Sweet and low and NutraSweet, right? Or was sweet and low just a brand of NutraSweet? No, NutraSweet was the brand. And the chemical was something different. Yeah. Yeah, the pink packets. That stuff was so fucking gross.
That was the better of the options.
Yeah, if you had to drink one.
Splenda is disgusting.
Plain Pellegrino all day, every day keeps you off the soda. Yeah, I quit pop like I barely ever. I mean, I had like, I still do. I have like maybe pop is what we call it in Ohio, by the way. Or Coke. You just Coke is for any. Coke goes for any pop. Soda, as some of you guys say. Sounds weird, but diet soda is the only way I say the word soda. You know. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I have like 10 a year. Once in a while, I'm just in the mood, or yeah, for Dr. Pepper, or it could be that sweet tooth thing I mentioned. So I could be like eating at some restaurant because we're traveling, so it's some like Subway, and on the way out the door, I've gotten a water. I'll actually like press just like that much like Dr Pepper into a cup, and it just gives me that sweet tooth fix I need. So
Sometimes, like at the end of a nice, like a hot day, nice cold soda pop.
nice cold soda pop. Should have this mic over here. Yeah, I don't. There's certain times where bike tours, where like we've just ridden 40 miles. Like when we were in Michigan, we're sitting outside a gas station, and we're just like beat up. You know, like that's usually like that's when I'll grab like a can
Is
of
that
Dr.
where you
Pepper.
grab a Coke or any pop and for like the caffeine?
Caffeine and sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah, getting carbs and sugar, and after like riding a lot of, you're just kind of like flagging. And I know it's early enough in the day that the caffeine's not going to affect my sleep, but I'm not going to sleep well into 10 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Plus, when I'm on vacation on a bike tour, well, usually going to have some beers, but we were out there so far in Michigan a couple times. There was no beer option around.
Mm-hmm.
Felt weird to sit around a campfire without a beer. That's where I think the non-alcoholic stuff might come in handy.
Well, there's times where it's acceptable. Like you said, don't have one standing at the computer doing work.
Yeah. Having a beer when I'm around a campfire on vacation is not something I'm trying to quit.
I don't think
but
drinking in social settings is an issue.
Josh said, finally had to stop drinking beer and really limiting other alcohol for health reasons. So far, it's been going well. Trying to get my diet under control so you could be better for your family. Yeah, nice. Here's the hot water. Oh, sweet though is saccharin, he thinks. Yeah, that sounds right. I can't drink hot water. It makes me jumpy. Here for the after-hour nonsense. What's up, Yenzer? There is a slight chance I might end up in Pittsburgh this weekend. I will hit you Pittsburgh guys up if it happens. I'm not even sure, so it's not even worth going beyond that. But if you want to keep it in mind, it's a possibility for riding on Sunday. I'm going to make that decision tomorrow, but I just got hit up about a friend's birthday party. Eric's coming in. Oh, he watches this sometimes. Shoot. Nothing. Never mind. Not going to Pittsburgh. That'd be funny if I blew a birthday party on the live stream.
That's what you get for getting so many new subscribers.
Yeah. Whoops.
Ruining friendships.
So I'll talk to you guys about that in DMs. Old English malt water. Or King Cobra malt water. Oh, God. See ya, Dimitri. You're probably already gone with where am I kind of caught up in the chat? Maybe not. No. Yeah, see you out there. See you on Terry's stream. This is your life now. You just buy bikes to look at them. I've been riding the trainer. I was saying to someone in the comments, we were talking about trainers with the cold weather. I need to test it out, but I've been afraid to ride the trainer because of the cat. I'm afraid he's not going to realize the spokes are moving so fast.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Speaking of him, get this guy. I didn't realize. Has he been down here for a while?
Oh, I thought he was sleeping on the chair.
Want to say hi to the internet, bud? Gotta get my... Say hi. It looks like he rolled his eyes. That was hilarious. Can you sit here? Yeah, let me cross. There you go. You'll figure it out. You're a smart cat. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You guys will be on Road Apple. That's awesome. Yeah, and if I know I've mentioned this, but if anyone wants to mark this date down, planning a channel meetup here in Akron on March 23rd, probably about 3:30 in the afternoon. Ride to Dirty River because Ben will be off at 4, and then March 24th is the Otis Roubaix at Dirty River. So if anyone wants to mark their calendars for farther out, planning on doing a couple group rides. So. Damn it! Why does that happen? Cold 45, the malt water of Lando. This has to be the most non-cycling cycling channel on YouTube. Waiting for someone to post a pic snorting sweet and low in the Discord. And we did a solid hour of bike talk before we got into hop water and sugar. Black can liquid death is pretty good, but you heard the plastic lining can be bad. Yeah, coriander and cilantro are the same plant, right? If you let cilantro go to seed, the seeds become coriander. The seeds are coriander. Dr. Pepper with potato chips and sour cream gives chip dip is a perfect combination. Typo in there, but I know what you mean. No, not chives. House caps are the hipsters of the animal kingdom. Especially black ones, you know. Yeah, Eddie, so you said you'd be shocked if the noise of the trainer didn't keep the cats away. My other cats came nowhere near the trainer, and it was never an issue. This guy isn't startled by noises that much, and when I roll my bikes in and out of the basement, he like walks right up to him. I have to be like, excuse me, dude, like I'm trying to go here. So that's kind of what has me worried. He's pretty joined at the hip. Like if I come down the basement, he comes down the basement. So I don't know. Maybe he'll become a little more independent as he gets used to the place. But yeah, I need to just get on there and pedal slowly and see if he keeps his distance or not. So I don't think. Okay, the back brake is. I was worried that I didn't have brakes hooked up on my trainer bike at all, but I do, which is a good thing. So I was pedaling slow. I can't actually stop it. They're not adjusted well, but they are on there. House cats don't have to convince folks they're cool. Why does that fucking happen? Akron is 4 hours and 52 minutes from you. You checked. That's one of the reasons I did this last year. So I made the meetup ride the night before there was another ride that the shop hosts. So if anyone did want to put the effort into coming into town, could do that. So it makes it a little more worthwhile. And that's also Saturday and Sunday. So if someone wanted to come halfway and do something else, you know, ride bikes somewhere on Friday on their way to Ohio. Yes, geez, let's get back to bike stuff. Is everyone saddle conditioned appropriately? I actually switched, and I think I'll probably show it in the next video, but I did switch the Brooks on my Raleigh, the bike I ride the most. So I think I'm actually going to put the old Brooks from the Raleigh onto my winter bike. So, because when I ride that bike, I don't mind the saddle. I rode it for 20 years, but I just like Brooks on everything. So, Chinese parsley. My Vicarious Life has a question for any pro mechanics in the chat, which we have a couple good mechanics. When you hold the front brake on your single speed, you can feel some play, but can't determine if it's the headset, stem, or front brake. Well, if it's the headset, if you hold the brakes when you're not moving, rock the bike back and forth, you should be able to tell right there if it's the headset that has play in it. But stem, well, it also depends on what. Is this threadless? See what the actual mechanics say, but put a baseball card in the back wheel on the trainer with that noise. I wonder if the fan would keep him away. Cats usually don't like stuff blowing on him. Maybe I could position the fan so if he walked over here.
He's not normal though.
He's not normal. You're right. He doesn't care about anything. He just kind of does his own thing.
I could imagine him being underfoot. Not with the spokes.
Oh,
hitting
the
them with
pedals getting them.
cranks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you guys are right about cats in general. This guy isn't a cat in general. This isn't a beer YouTube channel. You're in the wrong place. You know what's funny about this comment? If you ever felt like it and you scroll all the way back, which I hope you don't, but this channel started as, I mean, there's a couple videos early on, just whatever I posted, but it was a beer review channel. So that's the first actual coherent things on this channel. I did beer reviews, and the goal wasn't to review beers. The goal was to learn how to do video. So that's how I motivated myself to start learning how to make videos and edit them, was reviewing beer. So not very good at reviewing beer. I got pretty good at video, I like to think. So the early ones are atrocious, like the
They're
quality.
pretty rough.
And then you could see by the end where I start to get the hang of some stuff, like, but I didn't get great from reviewing beers, but it got me on the right path to start to see what looked like shit. Saddles conditioned properly for freezing strap in winter. Freezing strap. It's got to be a typo, right?
Spray?
Freezing spray in winter. Yours is synthetic WTB, but it's a concern for Brooks. I would definitely put the saddle cover on any time when it's going to get a lot of stuff on it. But even with the saddle cover, I still like Brooks. So. See what Rook's talking about. Oh, a dress guard for bicycles? Why do we need this? What was this in relation to?
Dress guard.
Oh, I was going to pull it up.
The side things.
What side
You know, like
thing?
the Dutch bikes have like the whole like fender that goes all the way down the
Yeah,
sides.
so you don't get anything like your pants or anything. But why are we looking at, when we were
It's
talking
wintertime. I don't know. I have zero idea.
I get what this is and what it does, but I don't know what it's in relation to.
Garden dresses.
Oh, and Pudgy has also pulled up the hand warmer thing. So if you're not in the Discord, you should be. There's a lot of good information in there about what we're talking about tonight. So in the stream updates, people post stuff that relates to the stream. Yeah. What is this? Even in 1890, one cat was never enough. Nice. Is the GoPro working? No. Oh, sealant too can freeze. You need, like, yeah. I am not running anything tubeless right now, believe it or not. I've had problems with my Raleigh and my Gunner, which are the two bikes I run tubeless, and they both have tubes in them. So more beer reviews. You know what's funny? On the early streams, I kind of, for something to talk about when it was mostly just me and Pudgy in the chat, I would talk about the beer I was drinking for something to say. I'm like, well, you know, and even when this channel then went to mostly photography stuff, and when I did a photo show, I would have a beer, and I would also, like, kind of as a joke, like, do a quick little beer review with what I was drinking. So. Oh, for the cat. The dress catcher was for the cat.
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense now. That totally wouldn't work. Because the cat's going to be walking
the cat's
into
on the bottom.
the bottom.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if he lunged and jumped at it. This is. I actually feel better that you don't remember when you're following the chat, because this happens to me all the time. It'll be like 4 comments ago, and I can't remember what we're talking about, but I'm not the only one. So I used to be able to blame it on my drinking. Now it just turns out I'm an idiot. The beer reviews work. Your videos are great. Thanks. The Jerry Springer Show started out as a political talk show. Yeah. See what we're Oh, I always say that too about Brooks, people being a little overcautious about Brooks saddles. I mean, I actually, and again, this is the stuff I was filming for the original version of today's video. I'm washing my Raleigh and like it gets splashed, the saddle gets splashed with the hose, not soaked, and I'm like, oh, water on a Brooks saddle, the humanity. You know, it's like, it's going to be fine. It's going to dry before I ride it again, so. Got it. I like that everyone's bringing back pine cone. It's kind of been a while. Juan Carlos said, here's a bike topic. What kind of bike would you take for a UK, France, Spain, France, Italy ride come summer? I would always take I mean, like, obviously it depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're going crazy off-road, then, you know, you're going to need something like beefier. But gravel bikes are to me my go-to for everything, even if it was going to be mostly road, because I'm sure you're still going to hit rougher rural roads and all that stuff. So, gravel bike's always my choice. My gravel bike is my endurance road bike now. So, always. Because then if you see a cool dirt road or a cool farm road you're allowed to go down, you're not limited in what you can do. So, yeah, I'd be riding something like 42s or 44s, in my opinion. Again, if you're going way more off-road, then, you know, you need something way more off-road capable. So. Snow seal for saddles. Or leather gloves for winter. Gloves on your to-do list. Yeah, I just proofide my saddles still. I've never done anything else, and I've never had a problem with them, so. I hate when that. Thanks, Juan. I appreciate it. Chris, you said you've determined that if you're ever going to splurge on a Brooks saddle, you're going to get a non-leather version. Yeah, I would just know they're two totally different things. They're both made by Brooks, but they do not feel the same at all. And it doesn't mean that the other ones aren't good. I think Pudgy likes them. My friend Brad loves them. So, yeah, the Cadmiums are saddles that some people really like, but to me, they're just two completely different saddles. So.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. What's the benefit of this synthetic?
Well, you don't have to worry. The synthetics don't really take any care, whereas the Brooks, like I said, they're not as delicate as people think, but there is stuff you have to do. You need to remember to carry your saddle cover if you're going out for a long, you know, like a tour where it could get, you do need to keep it dry because you'd have to ride it the next day. You know, you have to proofide them once in a while. You have to tighten them over time. To me, it's worth it because they're so comfortable. But Scenic Route said thoughts on Lock 15 Brewing Company. Yeah, they have great food and really, really average and sometimes bad beer. The guy who brews there is nice as can be, and I just wish they would make better beer. But the food is great. The food's always been great. They've had a couple different chefs, and now one of the chefs there is someone I've known a little bit for a long time, and she's a great chef. Do you know Jessica Starr? No. You'd probably recognize her from back in the day. But she's the head chef there now. Food's awesome. The spot is awesome right there on the towpath, but yeah, I really don't like their beer. They actually dropped, was it them? Someone, one of our bike friends who works there dropped a bunch off at the bike shop, and we were all like, God, this is horrible. But I've tried it a bunch of times over the years, and so, yeah. Cool spot, good food, bad beer. So, yeah, they probably recommended you in Akron pretty much every other brewery, because I don't think any of the other breweries in Akron are bad, so. Madison, you're Brooks all the way. Been riding B17 and now a carved flyer. Nice. Yeah, it's been a while since we've talked about Brooks saddles.
I was afraid to ask
Every
earlier.
Yeah. I actually did something Brooks saddle related though in this winter and talking about take care of them. It's a legit topic, so for this stream.
Everybody worries about the saddle. Anybody have issues with the tape? Bar tape?
Oh, leather bar tape.
I was just looking at your one truck over here.
I proofied the leather bar tape too. Yeah, but that just shows how leather holds up. My hands get all sweaty,
Sure.
so it's damp. Like leather bar tape gets damp. I think it's really comfortable. Maybe I should put the Brooks on that bike. That is that front saddle that crushed me when I tried to ride it a couple weeks ago. That needs some more. Got to break it in though. So, thanks, Rick. I appreciate that. The non-leather Brooks saddles don't break in the rear end, and yeah, and to say they're not as comfortable is still a personal thing because, like, Otis, who owns my local bike shop, absolutely hates leather Brooks saddles. He thinks they're the most uncomfortable thing in the world. So, I've actually gotten 2 really good ones from him for that reason. His wife didn't like the one that's on the Raleigh now and only rode it a couple times, and that's a B17 Special. It's the one with the big rivets. And then the brown one that I have on the Marin, he tried to ride that and hated it too. That one I put a ton of miles on, so it's nice and broken in because that's the saddle that was on the Trek. That's why it has the brown bar tape. Maybe I rotate them around so I get the brown saddle back on that and put the French saddle onto the Marin.
Yeah, but the Marin has. Is that the Marin sitting right there? It's
Oh, that
brown
has leather
too.
tape that matches it too.
You gotta take the saddle off of the. Was that a Raleigh at the end there?
Oh, no, that's a Viscount. That's got one of the real thin, like the Swallows.
Yeah,
are on
that's
it.
a
Yeah.
different kind. Yeah.
That bike is that's a Brooks, but that bike is so slammed it works on that bike. You can't really ride those on more upright bikes, the narrow ones like that. But even with that, when I ride that bike, I usually tend to wear like some padded underwear or like padded shorts because you could feel it. But that's a bike that's slammed with huge drops. I only ride it if I'm trying to like fast road ride. That's a cool bike. Aluminum fork.
Really
Steel bike with an aluminum fork.
interesting. You talk about the real shallow drops. I've been seeing a lot.
Oh, yeah. Like shallow, really flared drops are kind of a...
Well, not even
Yeah.
flared, just like super shallow drops.
I don't think I've really seen just super shallow straight drops.
I don't know if you were hip to that. Seems pointless.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my Surly corner bars on the winter bike are kind of like that because but they flare a ton.
Right.
But they just kind of give you the illusion of drop bars, but they're pretty shallow. But it's a totally different position because they do flare so
Right.
much. What are the best donuts for cycling speed and endurance?
Oh, donuts?
Krispy Kreme?
Probably Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Krispy Kreme are so much better than Dunkin'. Like Krispy Kreme are like real donuts.
Nah,
Like-
I wouldn't say real donuts.
You don't think they're real, like Krispy Kreme glazed donuts? You don't think they're real donuts? You could get them hot. Like they're actually making them. Like
Well,
isn't
okay.
Dunkin' just
if,
throwing
if
shit?
that's your,
I mean, I'll eat Dunkin's donuts. Don't get me wrong.
if that's the threshold, sure.
Yeah.
You gotta go to George's if you want a real donut.
George's.
It's out in like Twinsburg.
Cherry fried cake donuts. I do like cake donuts too. I like almost everything sweet. Apple cider donuts. Yeah, we had when we were in the Hudson Valley around Halloween. We were bummed we couldn't find apple fritters anywhere. Everything was apple cider donuts. And again, I like apple cider donuts, but man, in the fall, fritters and those ones Crest used to make that we got at Soleil's. That Crest closing that sucks. But yeah, apple fritters. I'd take fritters over apple cider donuts given the option. I'll eat both. But even Terry in the stream today, speaking of that, was talking about apple fritters, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting because it's kind of not, from everything we read, a New York thing as much. But then again, he's from San Fran originally, so maybe they know what they're doing out there.
It's not a New York thing?
In the Hudson Valley, we couldn't find them anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, and everyone had apple cider donuts though. And this is fall, you know, this is October.
Oh, New York's got a ton of apples.
Yeah, like Pudgy's saying, the cambiums just fit some people better. Yeah. Muskrat, Krispy Kreme. I love how we tried to get on bikes and now we're talking donuts. Yeah. If you like your Brooks, just put your saddle cover on when the conditions are bad. Oh, my vicarious life was saying fritters too. Oh, Racer, you stopped liking your Cambium when you lost about a bunch of weight. Some of my friends who ride them aren't big dudes though, so it just depends. We always say it's about saddles. Everyone's different. Doesn't matter. A B67, I might be able to use a B67 on my single speed. I don't think any of my bikes are upright quite enough for a B67. Maybe the Gunner, but yeah.
Gunner'd be close.
Gunner would be close, but those are pretty upright saddles. Rock, no, I did talk to Micah about it again, but didn't actually get a date on those. I think I sold the last one today, actually. Someone ordered it. The last one in whatever size I had.
We
got to get on that. We had a
gotta get
meeting with Micah, and there's a number of things we want to get on. He's busy, too. He just got those printers. But, yeah. He would take care of it for me if I just, said, if I put a date on it. I'd like to have them by blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I'll look into it again, Rock. I'm glad you keep bringing it up because I just get lazy on that stuff too.
Get some new colorways.
Huh. Said snow seal is cheap, so you like it for your shoes and gloves. Yeah. I guess for my saddles, I've always just bought the proof item. Never thought about it. Der Dutchman or nothing. Bossa Donuts. Yeah, just bagels in New York City. There's so many good bakeries in New York City. I'm sure you could find whatever. I mean, but I've never tried a Bertude. No. Otis and Ben have some, but I've never ridden their bikes that had them on it. I don't think. I think when I borrowed the Gunner when it was still his, he had a Cambium on it, and that's how I know I don't like them. So I would. Those are really expensive. That's a really expensive thing just to try when I know I like the B17. But in high school, they made donuts in the cafeteria every day. Oh, this is back when when Rick was in high school, they had to make everything from scratch. There wasn't probably processed food yet.
Shoot, we made donuts in home ec.
You made donuts at home ec?
Yeah.
Did you fry them?
Yeah.
They let kids like fry up stuff?
Yeah.
Apple fritters are more south than west. Huh. They're common here in Ohio. I mean, yeah. Cadmium gets up your girl parts real good. The tour down under. Yeah, I've only been watching the highlights because I haven't figured out what I'm going to do without GCN Plus. Oh, it's on like right now because the Australian time. I didn't even realize that.
It's actually on Peacock.
Is it on Peacock?
Mm-hmm.
I need to look at what Peacock has this year to see if I just
Not much.
do they have but they probably have Paris-Roubaix and Flanders, right?
I didn't get that far.
Yeah, I need to check it out. Gunner for the B67. I could try it.
That was a question I was going to ask. And that'd be good. What is everybody's plan for that?
This chat doesn't lean very
Oh, that's right.
very people who watch a ton of racing. There's always a few. God, sleeping like a dead man.
Bunch of nerds.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't. That Discovery thing sounded like it was going to be super expensive.
Super expensive.
Yeah. I don't know. I almost
What's the flow bikes? Do they have everything?
Flow Bikes only has a mix of stuff too. Like they don't get the
Really?
stuff NBC gets usually. So like they don't have
Even
like
with like a VPN?
yeah, maybe Flow Bikes and the VPN would be a way to go, but
Flow bikes is expensive. I mean, compared to GC.
yeah, Flow Bikes is expensive too. I just don't think we realized we were in the golden age of being able to watch cycling with GCN Plus. So
Nice MacGyver subscribed to the channel.
oh, did the War Road have a? The War Road might have had a Cadmium on it. Oh, did that have a bird tooth on it? I can't remember. It might have. Yeah, you might be right. I have to go back and check that video. You got a charged spoon saddle for 30ish and you find it plenty comfortable? I'm not familiar with them. So Peacock, yeah. Peacock is nice because it's cheap, though. You know, like I'll definitely just pay for it if that's how I gotta watch. You know, the spring classics. I'm gonna miss the Eurosport commentators. I just prefer them. You know,
You're gonna miss the what?
Eurosport commentators.
Oh yeah,
That's what I
for
prefer.
sure.
I just feel like they don't have to dumb it down as much. They're not trying to speak to an American audience, you know.
It's like how they talk shit about the camera guys.
Yeah. Without Tuna Boat, my Peacock's gonna upset the house. Oh, it's almost 11. We're gonna. That's Kyle. I do have that when I was talking about the French saddle, I actually have an Ideale here that's on my Trek 500, vintage one. There's a free stream on YouTube for the Tour Down Under, but it has no commentary. Yeah, I've tried to watch those, and I realized, like, man, even though I'm not always paying attention to a whole race, it sucks without commentary. Because I've actually also VPN'd off before GCN Plus off the French channels, and I'm like, I can't watch this in a different language.
I tried that same thing.
And I could pick up a little French, but not enough to enjoy it.
What's that? Was it Viz? Something. It was like the Russian. They're like Russian pirate.
Oh,
site.
yeah. Tiz Cycling.
Yes. And some of theirs were in some foreign language.
Yeah. Rock said Peacock will have the monuments and the major tours, they said. I'll be interested to see, because did they have... I thought there was something where they didn't have the Giro. They just had...
Yeah, they don't have the Giro.
Yeah, so they don't have the rights to... what's the Italian company that runs, like, Tour Lombardi and those races? The Lombardi. I can't believe I'm not thinking of their name. Whatever. Yeah. That was what's so great about GCN Plus, because they got those rights last year, which was different. So I could just VPN every single race because they had ASO and.
It was easy.
I wish I could think of that. It's not worth looking up, but it bothers me not being able to think of that name. Yeah, go EF. I'm hoping it's a good year. So. They lost a couple riders that I really like, but they also picked up a couple decent ones. Yeah. Oh. Here's postage for my pimp, Rick Urbanowski.
Oh, did that dude ever get a hold of you?
No.
Or not, I don't know
that's
if
great.
it's a dude or not.
No. All right, yeah. Let's abort it. I know I didn't do the members video, but now I'm really motivated to make a new one so we could get all the members' names on there. So thanks to everyone who, became a member tonight. I appreciate it. That's super motivating. And there it is. It took forever to pop up.
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $4.99. Here, postage for my pimp.
In case you don't know what he's talking about. Pimp my bike. The pimp. Oh, RCS. RCS is the Giro and El Lombardia and stuff like that. So, RCS Racing. All right, dudes. Thanks as always. No reason it won't be streaming next Tuesday. Don't have a plan for the next video yet. but there'll be one. There always is. All right.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is not right.
Fitzwater photo.